Beatles fans know that John Lennon was the first to walk away from the band, announcing his departure on September 20th, 1969, a move that many regard as the untimely death of the Fab Four. What's less widely known is that just 2 weeks earlier, Lennon had actually suggested the opposite, that the group record a brand new album and even put out a holiday single. The proof lies in a tape made on September 8, 1969, at Apple Corps headquarters in London. Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison were present. While Ringo Starr, hospitalized with intestinal issues, something he was prone to due to recurring abdominal problems and food allergies, could not attend. To keep him in the loop, the meeting was recorded. Ringo, Lennon explains at the start, "You can't be here, but this is so you can hear what we're discussing." The tape makes it clear that Lennon wasn't just pushing for one final record. He was sketching out a longer-term strategy for the Beatles' future. Central to his plan was a new system for dividing up space on albums. Lennon, McCartney, and Harrison would each be guaranteed 4 songs, while Starr would have 2 if he wished. "When we get into the studio, I don't care how we do it, but I don't want to think about equal time," Lennon insisted. "I just want it known I'm allowed to put 4 songs on the album, whatever happens. I don't have to say, 'Should we do it now?' because I think we'll all get fed up in 3 weeks. Or, 'Actually, the album will be full because we did 2 of Paul's last week, or 1 of Ringo's, or 1 of George's, whatever, and, well, it's too late now. Next album." He also wanted to dismantle what he called the Lennon-McCartney myth. While the two had occasionally written songs side by side in their youth, by the late 1960s they were working almost entirely on their own. Yet every track still carried the joint Lennon-McCartney credit. Lennon proposed that, moving forward, songs should bear only the true author's name. Surprisingly, McCartney, who had been deeply discouraged by Lennon's indifference to the group, and who had almost single-handedly pushed the band back into the studio to make Abbey Road earlier that summer, responded coolly. He barely spoke during the meeting and rejected Lennon's ideas for both fairer songwriting credits and a more balanced distribution of album tracks. Lennon's willingness to give Harrison a larger share of future albums reflected the lead guitarist's growth as a songwriter. Within just a year, Harrison had added "Old Brown Shoe," "Something," and "Here Comes the Sun" to the Beatles' catalog, songs that rivaled anything Lennon or McCartney had written. The band themselves recognized Harrison's rise. "Old Brown Shoe" was chosen as the B-side to The Ballad of John and Yoko, released that May, and "Something" became Harrison's first Beatles A-side, paired with "Come Together," when the single came out on October 6, 1969. Fact that Harrison landed slots on 2 singles within months, while McCartney went unrepresented, showed not only his growing strength as a writer, but also that his peers and producer George Martin were finally taking him seriously. As Lennon put it directly to McCartney, "We always carved the singles up between us. We have the singles market. George and Ringo don't get anything. I mean, we've never offered George B-sides. We could have given him a lot of B-sides, but because we were 2 people, you had the A-side and I had the B-side." Lennon may also have had in mind Harrison's sudden resignation from the band earlier that year, on January 10th, after a blow-up with McCartney during the Let It Be sessions. In the aftermath, Lennon and McCartney had a private conversation, captured on a hidden mic at Twickenham Studios, about what Lennon called the festering wound of Harrison's resentment, which he believed had been building for years. To Lennon, Harrison's walkout was not impulsive, but the inevitable result of a long history of neglect.